ISTJs are serious, methodical, analytical, and hardworking people. You store knowledge gained from your experiences, and you can use this knowledge to tackle new and problems and come up with new ideas and be able to accomplish things using this information that you've stored and gleaned. And you work a problem to its identified conclusion, so you understand what it means to work toward an outcome, and as long as you have those outcomes defined, you work really well toward it. You are not waylaid by the concerns of other individuals. So when somebody comes up with a problem or an issue that's bothering them, it doesn't bother you. You can keep forging forward and make things happen the way you need to. You're uncomfortable with ideas that are theoretical in nature. You need to have something that are concrete. You need to be able to see the facts and the data behind something before you're able to move forward comfortably. You want a framework for a new concept before you're able to deal with it. You have to have a good, solid framework. If you're experienced, you can make a real excellent manager. People with your personality type are great managers. They have a tendency to deal with what needs to get done and to make sure that people are doing what needs to be done and that they know how to do it. You have great value for the tried and true approach. You look at things and say, well, here, this is the way it's always been done. This works. Let's do it this way. Why mess it up? You're reluctant to adopt new systems and experience until experience proves them to be valid ways to do things. You internalize and value rules and structure of the society in which you live. So you look at life and say, well, as long as there's something that works there and as long as there's a structure in society, I'm going to follow it. I'm going to be comfortable with it. You value honesty and integrity and seek to live with those ideals. You'll look at things that you hold as highly valuable, these values and your belief systems, and you can live by those, and you have them set in your mind. And you have this stick-to-it attitude, wanting to go through and bull your way through and make sure that things get done. And you're not afraid of hard work. When it's something that you're interested in, you can keep going and going. You believe others should follow rules and be willing to work towards standards just like you are. But remember, not everybody has this ability to be able to see that standards should be followed and be able to look toward outcomes as the way they do things. So look to other people and try to understand before you make your judgments on how they do things. Make sure that you understand that not everybody looks at standards the same way you do and wants to live in the same kind of structures you do. It could be powerful for you to take their views into account. You're uncomfortable decisions based on values rather than objective criteria. So you'd rather see the data. The data is one thing, and when people make judgments based on values, it's hard for you to deal with that. You need to see the data. Just remember that the judgments based upon values are just as valid as things based on data, because many times we don't have all the data. So let's talk about some of your weaknesses. You have an excessive love of food and drink. That's something that seems to come with the territory. You have a lack of interest in other people or in relating to them. Occasional inappropriate emotional displays come out of you for no seemingly good reason. You're generally selfish and look after yourself instead of others. You have a tendency to be that way. You judge others' opinions and perspectives before understanding them. You judge others rather than yourself. You look at external ideas and people with the primary purpose of finding fault. This can be really frustrating for people that are around you, because they might believe, and probably sometimes rightly so, that you're always looking for what's wrong instead of seeing the good side of things. Remember, when you look for what's wrong, you're going to find it. When you look for what's good, you're going to find it also. You may become slave to routine ways of doing things, to the point that any deviation is completely unacceptable to you. So just remember that life can be experienced in a lot of different ways, and if you develop a structure that's so tight that you can't move out of it and can't become comfortable in it, people will find that uncomfortable, especially certain personality types. So remember to go with the flow at times and stop, smell the roses, and enjoy life a little bit. Let's talk about some action items for you. Take care to listen to someone entirely before you pass judgment. Listen to everything they've got to say, and don't make rash judgments based upon what it is you think they're going to say. Make sure you understand and listen to everything that they say. Do things that allow your excellent organization and logic abilities to flourish. So get involved in things where you can help in that area. Explore the worlds of business, management, accounting, and medicine. You'll find that your logical approach to life will help you in all three of those worlds. Strive to use your judgment against your internal store of knowledge rather than by means of disregarding other people's ideas. In other words, look at your judgment and use your own judgment to reflect on your own ideas and not to make judgment on other people's ideas. Talk through your thoughts, express them out loud, express them to other people, bounce your ideas off other people. And then step through your vast amount of information in order to put things into perspective. So when you need to put things into perspective, understand how they work, go through them in your mind and put them, rank them in understand them. Quench your desire to control others. Don't try to control other people. Allow people to be their own, to control themselves and stay out of other people's business, so to speak. Take time to notice where others are coming from. Listen to them. Listen carefully, and especially when it comes to your spouse and the people that you love, your children, and so on. Be accountable for yourself, and set standards for yourself, and don't blame your problems on other people. Judge yourself at least as harshly as you judge others, and expect the best, and the best will tend to come about. When it's necessary, take a risk to initiate some change. So you can be very powerful in this way because you have a lot of data. Take time, assess the situation, and then take a risk and initiate some change in the way of doing things.